Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grace, Peace, and Balance podcast by Gabi Abdelgadir. I have another incredible guest for you today. Her name is Carmen Gonzalez, and I'm going to read you her bio, but I will also be posting her bio and all her links for her book, for her social media, both on Podbean and on YouTube. So please get in touch with her, follow her. I highly recommend that. Okay, so I'm going to read it and I'm going to be posting it. So Carmen Gonzalez was born in Trenton, New Jersey, and raised in North Philadelphia. Carmen comes from a big family, 7 sisters and 1 brother. This 41-year-old is the mother of 5 handsome and strong men that I have seen their photos. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. Her life revolves around them, and she works hard to make sure that she keeps a roof over their heads. Carmen is described as dedicated, persistent, compassionate, hardworking, loving, and most of all, loyal. She maintains a circle of family and friends who display love and is always consistent. When you think of adventure, you think of Carmen. For each and every day, she tries to live a life full of adventure and positive experience. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Welcome to my podcast, Carmen.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Okay, tell us a little bit about you. I know that you come from a big family. Tell us a little bit like about you growing up. What kind of a child were you compared to your siblings?
Sure. So growing up, I was a tomboy. I loved sports. I wanted to get dirty. I didn't mind being in the mud. I was jumping off of the baseball fence. I hated my hair out. My mom always tried to put bows and, and little things in my hair. And I just, no. And I had really long hair. I was always, no, I don't want that in my hair. And meanwhile, my sisters loved it, loved their hair getting done, loved, wearing the dresses and all. And I just wanted to just play in the park and just, be about my business. So growing up, I wasn't a bad little girl. I was very curious. I asked a lot of questions. And I'm still like that now.
Yeah.
I am still like that now. If I don't know something, I ask,
Yeah, good.
And yes, I was a very curious child.
Yeah, that is cool because if you don't ask questions, you don't like a great leader always asks questions. This is from the Robin Sharmas and everybody else. They say that great leaders ask great questions. Okay,
Yeah.
so talk to me. Can you show us your book? Do you have it handy?
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that is the book. And tell us a little bit about the book and why did you decide and when did you decide to write this book?
Sure. So my book is A Butterfly's Love, What One Can't Imagine Can Happen. And it is a poetry book. And I love poetry. And I first fell in love with poetry when I was in middle school, when I heard Maya Angelou, and then in high school when at the first time I heard Shakespeare being read. And it was just amazing because while my classmates were trying to get out of class and didn't want anything to do with it, I was so indulged in it. I wanted to hear more. I would raise my hands when the teacher would ask, who understands it or what does this passage mean? And I'm raising my hand and I'm able to break it down. I'm able to understand it. And that's when my love of poetry began. I began writing poetry as well in high school, but I lost my book in high school. And then I started writing again in my early 20s. But then I also lost that book as well. But yeah, so poetry was always my thing. And during the pandemic, I said, I have so much poetry pieces that I've already written. I said, Carmen, what is it that you want to do with it? And I said, because my story is told within these pieces that I've written. So I said, I want my story to be heard slowly but surely. So I decided to go ahead and publish the book. And my son, actually, my eldest son, Anthony Jr., he created this design for me. I told him my vision. I gave him my vision and I told him what I wanted. And he took off and he came through for me. So
that's
yeah,
amazing.
my eldest. Yeah.
That's amazing. These kids now, my God, yeah. And
Yes.
yeah, so you loved poetry from the time you were young. And when do you get the time? Like I know that you're a mother of 5 boys, 5 young men. The youngest one just turned 10 today. Is that my understanding? I know he's so
Yes.
cute. I know
Yes.
it is so cute. So, and then you're working. Tell us a little bit about the work you do in addition to writing.
Sure. So yes, I work 2 jobs. I'm a
Uh-oh.
home care provider as well as a social worker,
Okay.
as well as I'm going to school for my master's degree in education, on top of trying to build my brand,
Okay.
obviously. So my time is very tight. My
Right. Yeah.
schedule is very, very tight because of the school, because of my 2 jobs, because of my boys. 2 of them are in college in a 4-year full ride scholarship, academic
Oh my God.
academic scholarship.
Congratulations. Those are the twins?
Those are the twins, correct? Yes.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Yeah.
Yes. And then I have my eldest son who's 22. He's working. He has his own car. My 16-year-old is in 11th grade. He wants to go into the military right after high school, and
Oh.
then the 10-year-old. So my time is really tight. And I sometimes by 9 o'clock, I'm like so tired. I'm ready just to pass out.
I know. My God, I envy you. You're just so brave doing 2 jobs, taking care of the boys, and still following your passion, and then going to school. Oh my goodness. I really, really envy you. I really admire you. Okay. Are you
Yeah.
planning on like, what are you planning? Your plan is to continue writing? Are you planning on writing another book very soon?
Yes, I'm actually working on my second book. It's a novel, but it has poetry incorporated in
Okay.
it. The characters will be speaking in a poetic form.
Okay.
But I had to pause that because I'm working with my youngest son, who wants to publish his book.
Are
He
you
came home,
serious, right? Which one? The 10-year-old?
the 10-year-old, yes,
Oh my goodness. What is he writing about?
bullying.
Oh my God, you just gave me goosebumps. Okay.
Yes, he came home one day from school and he gave me this piece of paper. Well, it was like a couple pages stapled together. And I said, well, what's this? He said, I want to publish a book. I wrote a book just like you. And I said, really? He said, yeah, read it, read it, read it. So I read it. It's really good. And I said, are you serious? You want to publish your book? And he said, yes. So that is his mindset. He wants to publish his book. He wants to be an author like his mother's an author.
Yeah. Okay. So is bullying something he has experienced?
Yes, unfortunately, he was bullied in school until I put an end to that, because I told him, a lot of people don't agree with this, but I told him you are to defend yourself at all costs, because the more you allow these children to run over you, the more they will continue. It'll be a repeat after repeat, and they won't respect you. So I told him you have to stand up for yourself. And he did one day. He stood up for himself one day, and that was the end of that.
Are you serious right now? Oh,
Yeah.
good job. So they don't bully him anymore.
No.
Good job. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I had an aunt, and she had 4 boys and 1 girl. So the boys would come crying when they were in grade 4, grade 5, because this kid beat me. This kid, oh my God, she was a tough cookie. May she rest in peace. She would beat the heck out of the child who came crying and complaining. She said, I don't have any kid of mine coming home crying. You go tomorrow, beat the heck out of the kid that beat you today. And you know what? Those 4 boys, after they grew, they were known in the city, being my cousins. And like guys, when they start to flirt with you while you're walking and things like that, somebody say, oh my God, she's X's and Y's cousin. Stay away from her, because everybody became so tough. Like everybody was scared of them. So I totally understand. But my son is like that. He's not a fighter. He doesn't fight. And when I want to go to school to talk, he says, no, I don't want you to come. And then I will be the joke of the school that his mom came to fight for him and things like that. It's a tough situation that we're in. You know, my book, you have my book. And I'm sure you read some of the stories that the children went through that I interviewed. It's, this has to stop. And it goes to parents. Parents have to be educated, kids have to be educated, teachers have to be educated, because teachers also, or the principal, they should not be watching these things happen and allow it to happen. When the kids
Right.
go out, somebody should be out watching, you know? Yeah, so it's,
Exactly.
yeah, so oh my God, I admire. Tell your son that Gabby said, finish this book and we're gonna blow it up and make it an
Yes.
international bestseller. Tell him, I promise him that, okay? We're gonna
Yes.
blow it up. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so proud of him, 10-year-old. Can you imagine?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And he started when he was 9. It was when he was 9, he got the idea
Yeah.
and he began to write. So, and he loves, he loves sort of writing, but he also have a lot of other passions that he likes.
Yeah.
So he's actually in the middle of a lot of
A
a
lot of,
lot
oh
of
yeah,
things.
it's the age, right? Yeah. But yeah, let him finish it and let's just do it. 2022 is gonna be a big year.
It's going to
Yeah.
be a very
So
big year.
yeah, so you're planning, or you're helping your son now. So do we see like a new book in 2022 from you?
Yeah, so definitely his book will be published first.
Yeah.
And then my book will come. I was actually working on 2 books. I was working on my children's book and then I was working on my novel.
Mhm.
Yes, my children's book would be a book about twins.
No.
But like I said, I wanted to get him going first.
Yeah.
Yes, but
And then
definitely whether it'll be in the middle of 2022 or at the end of 2022 would be my second. I
your
will release my
second book
second
is
book.
gonna, okay, excellent. So tell us about your brand. Your brand is Writing Moves Me.
Yes. So writing moves me. It was something that because I love writing, and writing for me is a form of release, right? It's a therapy for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Writing what's in my heart and my soul, my spirit, and it helps me to heal from things that I've been through. And so I want to help others, to let them know that you can write. You don't have to, suicide don't have to be, that's not an outlet for you. Drinking doesn't have to be an outlet for you. Drugs doesn't have to be an outlet for you. The streets don't have to be an outlet for you. The clubs, just write your thoughts down. It's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to help someone else to understand that they have an option, a better option for them.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so that is your brand. Like there is a website.
There is writingmovesme.com.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, actually you gave it to me. Yeah, so I got it. So that is a good thing to see. So anything you want to tell, anything you want to share with our listeners or those who are watching?
Sure, that take the time. Everyone has a story to tell.
Yeah.
And there is no dumb story. There's no shame. There shouldn't be no shame in your story. You might feel ashamed within yourself for what you've been through, or you feel like you're by yourself. No one experienced what you've been through.
Yeah.
But there's always someone there who needs to hear your story. And I learned that because on Monday's podcast afterwards, I received so many messages from different people, from friends, from family, and then from people that I have never met or never spoken to before. And how they would tell me, this really touched me. I hope that there's a part 2, because I want to hear more, So, talking about it, writing it down, it helps. It helps.
Yeah, it is a release. It is a release, because when I did my first book, I remember it was called also Grace, Peace, Balance, Surviving and Thriving Against All Odds. I remember when I was writing it, I would have the laptop and then I would get to a certain point in my life. Carmen, I would put the laptop aside. I would bawl my eyes out like for a good half an hour, if not longer. Then I would get up, wash my face with ice cold water, because my eyes would be swollen by then, because it takes me to that memory, right? And then I would come back and make a cup of coffee and then come continue. Do you know how many times I had to put that laptop down I finished it in a kind of a month, the story. But how many times I had to put it down to cry, because it took me to that moment. It was a huge, I understand when you said it's a release, it is a release. It's like you're releasing things you were holding inside of you all this time. And people would also appreciate that, because there are a lot of people who don't talk. They think they're the only one going through certain things in life. But when they read your story or Abigail's story or my story or somebody else's story, they know, oh my God, so I am not alone. A lot of people, and some people's stories is worse than yours. Because if you think you had it rough, there are a lot of people who had it rough. And so I really, that's a great advice for listeners. So yeah, so what else
And
would
then,
you?
and I would say too that there is no a set time when to start. You just got to do it.
Yeah,
you just have to do it, and be mindful that yes, you're going to face some trials and tribulations as you're, writing a book, whether you're going to write a book or you're writing things down or you're sharing your story. You're going to be faced with the, trials and tests. You're going to have people who disagree with you. You're going to have people who are going to buck up against you, but it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. I would tell everyone, just do it. Do it and be okay with telling your story, whatever story that is. Just tell it or write it, or if you want to sing it, or you want to put it in the form of a play. Well, however it is that fits you, do it.
Yeah, my God, that's absolutely beautiful. Okay, I need to ask you a question. There are a lot of parents who are struggling with time. Give us some tips with 5 kids, 2 jobs, school, and writing. Tell us, how do you manage your daily? What is a day like in Carmen's life?
So, so I'll go for today, right? I got up a little after 6.
Okay.
I'm up getting ready because I'm doing observation in a classroom because I have to complete 20 hours in a classroom for this specific class that I'm taking right now. I have to be in the classroom by 8 o'clock, and I did 8 to 10 today, and then at 10 o'clock I go straight to my job. Thank God that my job is 10 minutes from the school, so I'm able to go straight to my job. I do take a lunch break. That's important, because whether or not you take your lunch break, you don't get paid for that lunch. You don't get paid for that half an hour or that hour.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
So it's important. So I do take my break, and while I'm taking my break, I tend to read whatever books I have for my school, the assignments that I have, or I catch up on different things that I have to do during my time.
Yeah.
And then after work, I kind of sort of like take time to just bring it down. I also do a lot of self-care. I think that's very important. I started going to dance classes, just around women, and it's very helpful. The classes are an hour long, and just to have that time to reflect, to re-engage, to refocus, it's so important. Sometimes you just need that outlet. You need to get away from the normal routine and do something that's out of the box. That's not, and to be honest, that wasn't my comfort zone at all. It was something that my sister said, hey, let's do. And I said, okay. But from that, I've been going faithfully for a year, right? And it's been very helpful as well, doing self-care, just taking that 1 hour and just not doing homework, not doing work, not answering
no grocery,
my phone,
no cooking,
nothing. Just they're learning a dance routine. That's it.
what kind of dance do you guys do?
So it's heels. It's teaching you confidence. It's teaching you your feminism to connect with your feminine side.
Okay.
And it's also teaching you to develop friendships, and to talk about your stories and to share with others, So with dancing, it's just really focusing on yourself. You got to come out your comfort zone, doing something you're not used to. You're walking a certain way, and it's heels, so you have to walk in heels. You have to learn how to walk a certain way, move a certain way.
Oh, that is,
you have
so
to trust yourself, because sometimes balance isn't there all the time.
Yeah,
So
tell me about it. I agree. And then you go home. So when do you cook?
In between. Sometimes I cook enough that will last 2 to 3 days.
Okay, yeah, I do that too. So that's a good idea. That's something that I always tell people, especially if you are like a family of 3 or more, you really
Yes.
need to invest in a crock pot. That would
Yes.
cook, yeah, like I would cook a
A
meal
slow
like
cook.
for 2, 3
Yes.
days. So all you have to do is just prepare a side salad or something with that, or garlic bread or whatever, like, but you have something for 2, 3 days. So that's what I tell, like, invest in a crock pot. How come
Yeah.
you don't do it? They tell me it's only me and my son. Like, we don't need, like, it's too big, right? That's good for big families. So
Yeah.
that is good time. So what time do you go to bed? You woke up today at a little after 6. So what time are you going to bed tonight?
It'll probably, so as soon as I'm done my assignment. I have an assignment that's due tonight by 11:59 p.m.
Oh my goodness. So
So
you think
whenever I'm done,
you will finish it? You
I
think?
will. I will finish it. Yes.
Okay. And then you do that and then you go to sleep. So you
Then I
have,
go to
yeah.
bed.
So you have
Yeah.
6 hours of sleep. Not bad, I guess.
Give or take, yes.
Give or take 6 hours. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I wake up at 5. Whether it
Okay.
is work, whether it's Saturday or Sunday, I have always been a morning person, and I am the most productive from the time I wake up until about 1 or 2. Then my
Okay.
energy level drops. But
Drops.
that
Okay.
is like, if anything tough that needs real focus or real work, I used to work with numbers a lot. If I get it in the afternoon, I don't touch it. I just leave it for the next morning. I have my breakfast, I do my meditation, my prayer, and then I start working. That is when I do anything that needs a lot of focus. So yeah, so waking up early is a good thing. There was a lot of study done about that, and I read it in an English magazine once. They did a study. They said the most productive people are early risers, not like the
Yes.
ones who sleep until 10, 11 o'clock. No, you know, yeah, no.
Half the morning is gone by 11 o'clock.
I know it's almost lunchtime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there are people who hate the mornings. It just surprises me. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So we got a little advice on time management, how you spend a day, which is good because there are a lot of parents out there struggling with the balance, work-life balance.
Yeah.
So that is a great idea. And self-care, that you nailed it, because I think that's a lot of moms, what they're missing is taking the time for themselves. That's why they
Yes.
get stressed out, they get upset, they get angry because they're not making time for them. So that was a great advice. You nailed it.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have anything to add before I ask you? I always ask my guests 2 personal questions. I think you've seen. Have you watched Abigail's podcast?
Yes, I did.
You did. So you're coming up to those 2 questions.
Yes,
So
that's fine.
okay, okay, okay. So if you have to visit one country before you die, I hope you didn't think about it, because I don't like people thinking about it beforehand. Like, I like people to catch them on the spot. So if you had to visit one country before you die, which country would it be?
Oh, just one?
One, yeah, I know. Just one, the top, the first thing that you want to go to, like.
I would probably say Italy, Spain, in that area, France, in that
Okay,
area.
okay. So Italy, Spain. Yeah, you can use the train. If you go to Italy, you can train it to any of those countries. So that's fine. So that is easy. Italy has a lot of history. So does Spain. What did you say? France. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That is good choice. Another thing is, if you have one dream that you need to fulfill before you die, one dream that you haven't started yet, that you're not going to start very soon because you obviously have a very busy life, one dream that you would like to fulfill before you die, what would it be?
I would love to own a school,
Oh my goodness.
a K to 12 school. I would love to have my own school.
That is an incredible dream. And then you
Yeah.
would be teaching the mindset, the things that in our schools now they don't teach,
Yes.
right?
And
Yeah.
I'll bring gym back. I'll bring health back, the arts back, music, everything that they took away.
Music, respect, love, anti-bullying, anti-discrimination, mindset. Incredible. You can manifest it. Just keep on vision. Do you have it like in your vision board?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have like, if you have it in your vision board, just keep visualizing that school. Maybe we will come and help. Who knows, right?
Yes, it can happen.
It can happen. Anything is possible. Yeah, that was like a beautiful podcast. Anything you want to tell your people? Where can they find your book? I know I'm going to be posting it. Yeah, where can they find your book?
Sure. So my book is available on Amazon as well as Barnes and Noble. It's
Okay.
also available on the Book Baby's website. But if
Okay.
you would like a signed copy, you can get the book directly through me. You can go on my website, writingmovesme.com, and send me a personal message from there.
Mhm.
Or you can find me on Facebook on Carmen Gonzalez, and on Instagram, it's Writing Moves Me Too.
Okay. Because I have your Facebook here. Like I have your Facebook so people can reach out to you there. And the Amazon link is there. So can you repeat the title and subtitle of your book again? For
Sure.
people? Yeah.
So it's A Butterfly's Love.
Uh-huh.
What one can't imagine can happen.
Okay. That is absolutely beautiful. And by the way, I finally managed to write you a review. Did you see it?
I have not gone back to see the reviews
Yeah,
yet. No.
because they gave me a hard time for like 3 days. They told me, no, 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 no. And then all of a sudden I get an email from Amazon. You have 3 books you need to review.
Okay.
And then I went in and I wrote a review. Still, I have to do the other 2, Abigail's and Simone's, but I did yours finally.
Oh, good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, yeah, so probably when your son writes his book, I would really love to have him on my podcast.
Sure.
The both of you together, like, you know, I know he's too young, but like the 2 of you together. And yeah, keep inspiring. You're such a beautiful human being. Keep inspiring, keep being a role model, the role model that you are right now, a role model for working parents. My goodness, with 5 kids, 2 jobs, a school. I can't even imagine. I can't do it. People think I'm tough, but I think all that at one time. Right now, I can't. So I really admire that in you. So thank you so much for being on my podcast. Until the next one.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay, everybody, until the next episode, stay blessed and wishing you grace, peace, and balance, and take care.